cool. What's going on, everybody? Free Game Nation. Gotta give a shout out to everybody who, making sure they click the like button, making sure they like, you know what, we like what this guy got to say. So we're gonna support this guy channel, and we just gonna press the like button. We don't. I don't give a damn if I listen to 10 other people today, and I didn't hit the like button on none of they shit. They probably got followings that's big enough to sustain themselves. We wanna keep encouraging this guy to keep making this content, keep putting this fire shit out here, and keep voicing his voice of opinion because he not on the goofy shit like everybody else. So we gonna click the like button because today is gonna be all about the law of compensation. So before I even get to this, shout out to everybody on the Free Game Nation, everybody fucking with the Cash App, Patreon, everybody who following your boy on Twitter, all that good stuff though. But today, I want to speak on a comment that from a show I did yesterday, and from a comment that came from I think dude name was John Milius. John Milius, man. Shout out to homie for listening and commenting. So I'm going to respect his comment. I'm going to respect his mind by speaking on it today. And he said at the 206 mark, he said funny on yesterday's show. He said funny how the universe never asked Chad or Stacy to compensate for all the free shit and attention they're getting. It's almost like the universe is simply unfair and the game of life is rigged or something. Like it has been rigged for a very long time. Okay. See, this is the misconception that comes from the universe. This is why I really initially made that show yesterday, because I wanted to start the conversation. A lot of people feel like this game shit is unfair. They feel like this shit is rigged. Dude, that's why I made sure my first book of the Playerism series was specifically Simpology. Now, Professor Jokasey, how can you write a book about the simping if you never was the simping? That's a great question. So if you go read that book, I got damn near 3 chapters dedicated to not only how Professor Jokasey was the simping, but I got other chapters where I speak on other dudes who you guys would consider Chaz and Tyrone, who game wasn't as sharp as their minds, who was the simping. I got other chapters on simp bras. I got other chapters on chicks who you guys would consider Stacys and Britneys, who were the simping. Nobody simps harder than the people who you guys think getting all the free sex and attention. Nobody desires more from a romantic standpoint than the guys and the chicks who you guys consider the Stacys and the Britneys. I'm going to start doing series on some of the simping. I'm going to start doing series. I already gave you guys the curse of the sexual alpha when I first got on YouTube. I took that shit down, but man, I was telling you back then how it's a lot of dudes who can get all the pussy in the world, but they cannot get a bitch to take them seriously because they don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They cannot get a bitch. See, it's one thing to be able to get sex, effortlessly. It's another thing to have enough game to get somebody to want to take you seriously. You gonna have to convince them. If you ain't got shit to show for your existence on Earth, but a attractive image, that's not enough for somebody to take you seriously. Especially somebody who has something to lose. You know what I mean? Smart guys, when a smart guy want a bad bitch, you know what they do? They go to the strip club and they have them a nice time and they leave that bitch at the strip club where she's at. They don't go and they don't find a bitch that look like the bitch at the strip club and wife them up. That's what dummies do. But smart guys, they don't take them hoes seriously, man. They don't take them seriously. It's a lot of bitches right now at the strip club who are going to age out. Beautiful, they gorgeous. It's a lot of hoes in the game right now who are going to age out of the game. They would never have that fairy tale ending that they want. It's a lot of dudes, a lot of Chads and Tyrones who are going to age out of the game, and they're going to be walking around with will work for food signs in 20, 30 years if they don't get their shit together, because nobody is going to take them seriously and take care of their goofy asses. So everybody needs the game, man. And the problem is people place too much emphasis on sexual interactions. Sex is cool, but it's not the end-all be-all when it comes to having a relationship. The best relationships don't even need sex. Relationships are meant to help you get through life. The best relationships don't require sex. What you mean the best relationships don't require sex, Professor Jokasey? You do have relationships with your parents. You do have relationships with business associates. You do have relationships with your children. You do have relationships with other family members and your friends. You don't gotta fuck them. That's why I tell you guys, if pussy is the only problem that you have, pussy is $40. Go pay for it. That's why I wrote the book Trickology. I don't demonize the tricking. And I also, if you read, if you go read Trickology, that shit gonna fuck your whole head up. That shit gonna fuck your whole head up when you understand that tricking goes a hell of a lot further than you giving a bitch some money. That's the lowest form of tricking. And you motherfuckers, y'all think that's the highest form. Y'all think giving a broad some money is the highest form of tricking. Y'all think that's the most baitest thing you could do. Not Professor Jokasey. If you read Trickology, because that's the study of the tricking, I go deeper to that shit. I go metaphysically deep into the study of the tricking. Giving a bitch $40, that's the most simplest, most basic thing you could do. Paying a bitch $20 for a lap dance, that's the most simplest, most basic thing you could do. When you got people out here tricking off their last name, you got people out here tricking off their power. You got people tricking off all their goddamn time. You got people tricking off their life for a bitch. Don't talk to me about no tricking off no goddamn $40. Should nobody be no goddamn incel? Should nobody be out here worrying about no pussy? Now, you should never pay for a bitch to like you. No, you should pay for a bitch to like you. All that come with game. All that come with game. You got to be able to magnetically attract a broad to you mentally. You got to be able to stimulate her brain to get a bitch to like you. You should never want to pay a bitch to be your girlfriend. No. But if pussy is all you want, then you get you some pussy, man, and you go about your business. You go about your business. Y'all stop placing all that energy off of who can easily attract who, and who can easily attract this person here, who can easily attract that person there. Man, all that shit. Half the reason why you guys can't attract each other is because you feel like the shit is unrigged and it's unfair. Like dude said in the thing, the shit is unrigged and the shit ain't fair and all this goofy shit here and all that. So you walk around with that negative energy, and that's the shit that you're sending out to the universe. So now you're getting the law of compensation. The law of compensation, you say the universe is rigged and the universe is unfair and bitches don't like you, so the universe is going to respect your thoughts. The universe is going to compensate you for thinking like that, and you're going to have an existence where bitches don't want to fuck with you. Man. Hey, man. Y'all better understand this shit, man. You can't control shit in this world but the way you think. That's all you can control. So if anything you want to guard that shit more than your treasures. You want to guard the way you think. Because that's the only fucking thing you can control. That's the only thing you have control over. A motherfucker have you in chains, but you can still control the way you think. You don't have to subject yourself to the doom and gloom that's surrounding you. Man, hey. But I'm telling you, man, you read that book, Simpology. I'm going to do a series. I'm going to do a series on how this shit is, everybody is equally fucked up in the game. Like y'all dudes really be thinking like, oh man, he chats. And I'm gonna tell you guys another thing too, man. If you really want a bitch, man, if you guys really want a bitch, nah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that for Patreon. But I will tell you this, cause we're gonna bring it back to the law of compensation. Now, if you guys been following me for a long time, you know I did a series on incels, and I put that shit on Patreon. I did a Intel in-depth preview on YouTube, and then I put the Patreon series on Patreon. Professor Jokasey is the perfect example of the law of compensation, because when I came in the game initially, Professor Jokasey was an incel. Why in the hell you think? This is why the pimpin' took me up under his wing, because the pimpin' felt sorry for Professor Jokasey. I talk about from age 11 to 13. Professor Jokasey really needed braces. It wasn't that bad in elementary, because in elementary, you can have a little overbite. Nobody really don't give a fuck. It's a little overbite elementary. But when you hit middle school and your shit is fucked up like that, then it becomes a problem. Now you want to go to school dances. Now you want to date bitches. Now you want to do all this shit here. So Professor Jokasey knows how it feels to be ostracized by bitches. Professor Jokasey, I know how it feels to be laughed at. I know all this shit here. I know all that shit though. When I finally got some braces, when I finally got this shit at 14, I finally got my shit at 16. So I had to revamp the whole fucking image, my whole image in the community. I had to fight a whole lot of niggas. I had to get a whole lot of people to respect my mind because, like, oh, hold on, all that shit, all that middle school shit, we in high school now. All that middle school shit got to go. You know what I mean? My first year, ninth grade was spent with me whooping everybody's ass who used to try me from middle school. I understand the law of compensation. So I've been there, man. I understand how I feel. I know motherfuckers like, Professor Jokasey, man, you was in middle school. You don't know nothing about one fucking no bitches in middle. Shit me. I had my first piece of pussy before middle school. I don't really want to go into all that detail shit, but shit, the first time I fucked a bitch, it was a grown bitch and I was 8 years old. So shit me. I wanted some pussy. I wanted some pussy all through middle school. And it wasn't nothing but rejection. And a lot of my peers was getting mad pussy. A lot of my peers, and when I talk about the curse of the sexual alpha when I was 14, and I had to get this bitch, I had to, this bitch, I had to pull my dick out. Go listen to the curse of professional alpha. Go listen to the curse of the professional alpha. And I tell you guys about that. I don't hide these stories. I tell you guys about these stories. I don't hide these stories. And me and the bitch, it was some shit, man. It was some shit, man. I ended up telling one of my homies I fought the bitch. They spread the shit around the school. My name still wasn't clear yet. I was getting my name clear. It still wasn't clear yet. So me and this bitch, we had a showdown. This bitch, she tried to embarrass me in front of everybody like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't even let you smell this pussy or some shit like that. It was crazy. But the only reason why me and the bitch ended up fucking was because, we were playing wrestling, and then the dick got hard. She felt the dick, and she like, oh, I want to see it. Showed that bitch the dick. She got fucked under the bleachers. But my name wasn't clear yet as far as being one of the popular motherfuckers that it was cool to fuck. So when the pimp used to see me come around with my little gang, you know what I'm saying? The pimp seen how smart I was. The man was like, he seen when I got the braces. That when he was like, okay, this dude, he's smart. This dude getting his shit together. Let me teach this dude some game so he don't be no goofy with the bitches. Because I was set up to be a goofy. Adam went through so much trauma trying to deal with broads. I'm talking about, and motherfuckers don't think that shit don't matter from 12 to 14. That shit matters. I went through so much trauma dealing with broads. It took a whole revamp. It took me being around some whores. It took me being around a dude who was getting his money off these bitches. It took me being laced up by this dude. Even though that dude had me selling dope for him. No, I wasn't selling no dope for him. I'm just talking. All this shit is just YouTube. It's just YouTube talking. It's just YouTube talking. Even though I was hustling, this is YouTube for YouTube purposes. It took all that shit to give me a revamped mind. To change my thought process. I had to change how I saw the world because how I seen the world was going to be, some shit can break you or some shit can make you. And the shit I went through, it made Professor Jokasey, man. I understand, man. Trust me. I understand this shit y'all incel niggas is going through. But I'm telling you, man, you got to change how you think. You got to change your perspective. You got to change how you appear in this shit, man. You can't play, if you take the victim route, you'll be the victim for the rest of your life. You'll be the victim for the rest of your life. Trust me, I know about, going through some shit, dealing with fucking people. That shit could be traumatizing, man. It could be traumatizing. But you got to ask yourself, do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay there or do you want to elevate? Me meeting the pimping, that was the law of compensation. The universe said, okay, this motherfucker went through enough. Now it's time for us to elevate him. But I had to be open to that. When the pimpin' called me over and said, hey man, young blood, let me hip you to the game. I had to be open to taking his direction. I ain't say, nah, nigga, I don't, you a pimp, man. I don't want to learn nothing for you, nigga. I said, no, nigga, teach me this motherfucking game, bro. Nigga, I was so happy. Nigga, I was so goddamn happy. I ain't even give a damn that nigga wanted me to sell dope for him. Nigga, the pimpin' was pulling my coat to the game. I knew he had bitches. I knew if I can get the game from him, I was gonna get bitches. I ain't give a fuck. All that shit I went through in middle school, all that shit went out the window once the pimpin' took me under his coat. I said, nigga, I'm good now. I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. But you gotta be open, man. When the universe comes, the opportunity, man, the opportunity shit, that shit don't knock forever, man. That shit don't knock forever. It might knock a little bit longer with Professor Jokasey than it did with it may knock a little longer for you dealing with me than it did for, when I was dealing with the pimping, but that don't matter. That don't matter. This shit don't knock forever. Don't age yourself out the game, thinking that you know how certain shit is and shit ain't even really like that. So when a motherfucker say, do Chaz and Tyrone's, or do the Stacys, everybody got to deal with the law of compensation. Even the people who tortured me from 11 years old. Matter of fact, no, I wasn't even shit. I was 10. I was 10 going on 11 when I went to middle school. And I did middle school for 3 years because of the torture. I should have been out that shit. I did it for 4 years because of the torture. I didn't get out of middle school till I was 14, till I was regular high school age. But I had skipped the grade, nigga, to go to middle school. Professor Jokasey always been smart. I skipped the grade to get there early. But nigga, I was tortured for 4 years. So even the people who gave me that shit, they had to get their asses whooped in the 9th grade when Professor Jokasey got his game sharp. You know what I mean? When Professor Jokasey became a full-fledged teen, now Professor, I'm not this skinny little dude with the buck teeth that you could pick on no more. Now I'm big now. Now I'm on the basketball team. Now I'm on the wrestling team. You know what I mean? I'm bigger now. So that's why I was wrestling with the bitch, because, the bitch, she was a cheerleader. We was at the gym. We were just bullshitting. But, she was starting to like me. My teeth were straight because the braces was getting ready to come off. That's the last shit I had, my braces. My teeth were straight. So we wrestling in the bleachers and shit. But, I still had that little hangover from middle school. But I ended up fucking the bitch. And I tell my homies I fucked the bitch. And these goofy motherfuckers, they hate. They like, damn, how he go from being this nigga here to not he this nigga over here. And so they tell, oh yeah, man, this bitch over here, she fucked Jokasey. So now me and this bitch going through it, cause she like, why you told him I gave you the pussy? And I'm still agreeing to the game. I'm just not getting pussy the way I need to get it. I didn't know you can't tell your homies. I'm not finna tell everybody. I just told my niggas, these niggas I roll with, I fight with these niggas. But they hating on me low key. But everybody had to compensate. Even the motherfuckers who bullied me, they got their ass whooped. A lot of the hoes who bullied me in middle school, they got fucked by Professor Jokasey. I mean, dude, I made it my mission to fuck all them hoes. I made it my mission to smash all them bitches. But, that's the game, man. That's the game. So to answer your question, dude, law of compensation, nobody pays more in the law of compensation than the dudes who y'all think get pussy the easiest. Nobody suffer. They just suffer in ways that you can't see. They suffer in ways that you cannot see. So, that's today's show, man. I had to, I really appreciate dude for leaving that comment, because that was something that I said, I'm going to elaborate on that shit though, man, because a lot of people think like that. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, just change how you think, man. You got to change the inside, and the world is going to change for you. As soon as I change the inside, the whole universe changed, man. As soon as you hear what I'm saying? As soon as I change the inside, this is how Professor Jokasey overcame being a goddamn incel. This is how I overcame. Like I told y'all, man, if I wanted to blow up, if I wanted to do this MGTOW shit, man, I can do this shit better than any nigga on YouTube. Anybody on YouTube, I can blow these motherfuckers out the window. One, I'm smarter. Two, I actually been through this shit. I can blow these motherfuckers out. I can give y'all all that doom and gloom shit. Why would I want to curse y'all like that? Why would I want to do that to y'all? I want y'all to come up out of that shit, man. I want y'all to come up out of that shit. That's the whole purpose of me being on YouTube, to try to get you up out of that shit. I don't want you to stay there. looking at the universe like the world is just fucked up. It's a fucked up place. The shit rigged and all that shit. Everybody got their downfalls, bro. But as a man thinketh, and I'ma holler at y'all.